made it home, y'all. I'm getting water. Give me just a moment. Ooh, I got 2 bottles of that nasty ass XXL because in my refrigerator with the water. I got to reload. What it do, folks? What it do? What it do? What it do? Listen, let's get to it. First and foremost, it took me 20 minutes. I'm sorry, 25 minutes. I'm sorry. Praying for everybody that got something going on, that's going through something, that lost somebody, financially, emotionally, or physically going through something. Praying for everybody who, man, struggling to get through the snow because it's 3 days later. I'm gonna talk about it in 1 second. We're just praying for everybody that got stuff going on. Praying that everybody gets through everything. Praying that everything works out for everyone. Just in a nutshell, just praying. So let's talk about it. Today's not in the studio. Today, I can't leave my house until 6:15 most days because I work. That's number one. Then number two, because I work and I can't leave my house. As you can see, I got that camera right. Tim. Anyway, I can't leave my house, at least on Facebook anyway. I can't leave my house until 6 o'clock every evening. So praying for everybody. I want everybody to know I'm praying that you guys that you get through anything you're going through. If you lost anybody, praying for you. Um, Today's not a typical What to Do Wednesday because I didn't go in the studio. I was live at Justin Douglas's town hall, but I was late getting there, and I'll get into that. But praying for everybody. So with that being said, praying for everybody in the behind the wall. Um, just prayers out for everybody that has stuff going on, that's going through stuff. Um, Anytime people have stuff that's going on and they going through something, you got to say prayers for the folks because you never know what people going through. And a lot of people going through a lot of different things. So there is that. So amen. Amen. Let's get to it. I didn't make it into the studio tonight because Justin Douglas was having a town hall over at Rookies. So I normally can't leave my house until 6:10, 6:15 because work and things that I got to take care of at home. So when I finally get out of here, um, I get out of here at 6:10 to go over to Rookies over on Derry Street. Now let me explain something to y'all. It usually takes me from here, my house, to Derry Street about 12 to 15 minutes tops at the most. It took me 32 minutes to get over to Derry Street today. First and foremost, as soon as I left my neighborhood, it looked like a whole different world. So let's just say that. Now, I'm also going to say I'm not blaming the mayor for this because as a city, as a whole, everybody should be working together, number one, to dig and push. But what I can say is in 2016, there was way more snow and was cleaned up way faster. I'm going to just say that. That was in 16. What's going on today? I don't know. 3 days later, today's Wednesday, after the blizzard of 2026. Driving around on the side streets that are supposed to be 2 lanes are not 2 lanes, they're 1 lane. People are super aggressive about moving around through them streets. If somebody's coming your way and you're coming that way, don't nobody want to get over because there's piles of snow this high, so you can't get past it. Like It's bad. It's all bad. Now, I want to say this. Can't blame the mayor because the mayor don't be out there shoveling snow. She's in charge of the people that be shoveling the snow. Where's the disconnect? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Where's the disconnect? Half of the side streets wasn't done. Midtown's a hot damn mess. Uh, um, Front Street, hot damn mess. And we know, I do know this. Usually, when we have snowstorms, the temperatures go up to the point where the snow melts during the day. We haven't had any above freezing temperatures in days. So, with that being said, no snow is going anywhere. So, any snow that is cleaned up should be piled up and moved somewhere where there's no parking. We got the whole 7 from Radnor. That should have been full of snow. The hill, the park should have been full of. And I just drove through the park to get home from Dairy Street. I drove through the park to get home, and driving through the park is easier than driving through some of the actual side streets in the city. I'm just saying, emoji. So there is that. Um, there's a few things I want to talk about. Um, I called that Super Bowl, Patriots versus the Seahawks. I called that. Told y'all that's who I had last week. Um, DC's under martial law, just so y'all know. Um, Your president took the babies off cancer treatment. This is just some updates I want to give y'all because I went to the Justin Douglas town hall meeting to talk to Justin, who will be on the What It Do Wednesday show in studio on February the 11th. I got a hell of a month coming up for everyone, and I want y'all to know on February the 11th is Representative Dave Madsen and Justin Douglas running for Congress. So make sure y'all check me out then. But in the meantime, in between time, let me finish telling y'all. So I called the Super Bowl. Um, I told y'all we gotta start holding people accountable. And the reason why I'm saying that we gotta start holding people accountable is because of the snow cleanup right here, right now. Okay, so here's the thing. How it used to work when I lived in the city is we would dig our cars out while it snowed. We would take shifts, dig our cars out throughout the day, make sure we removed the heavy snow as much as we possibly could and kept it from around our cars. So when the snow plows came, they wouldn't push the snow back up on our cars. What's been happening is the snow plows have been coming and pushing the snow back up on the cars, putting the people in a tighter bind, and the people who never even attempted to dig themselves out, making it super hard for them to get out because the temperatures have dropped so low that the snow is turning into ice. Now, couple things. We got to get these streets cleaned up. Our 2-lane streets are only 1 lane. Folks are going to war trying to pass each other on these so-called 2-lane streets. So we got to deal with that. That's one. Two, who's responsible for the disconnect? But we got a lot of disconnects going on that we got to work on. But in discussing, having a conversation with one of my good brothers, then we paying attention to everything that's going on. There's no checks and balances for anything that's going wrong on either side of the table. And that goes with city council and the mayor's office. And there's no checks and balances. So who's at fault today, right now, because everything hasn't been cleaned according to y'all properly? Again, I will repeat, when I lived in the city, we would all get out there and shovel as the snow came. So by the time the plows came, all of our stuff was able to be moved and we could move around. But the way it looks, yo, 6th Street looked like a war zone. That's unheard of. I've been through 3 blizzards in this city. Three real blizzards. 6th Street looks like a war zone. Make that make sense, folks. But I guess because we got all that we got going on in the city, it's a lot that has to be taken care of. But we have to work as a group to help each other out. So there is that. um, y'all know we in the need. Y'all know we knee deep in the beginning of a race war, right? If you don't know, I'm telling you now. We are knee deep in the beginning of a race war. What ICE is doing to the people is finna trickle down. We're not doing no protesting, but we're gonna have to unite with each other to protect each other. And that's a fact. Because we knee deep in the beginning of the race war that I told y'all about a few years back when I was telling everybody who was eligible to get your license to carry. Because clearly, even with your license to carry, you could die out here in these streets fooling with them folks, them fake police officers. Because they're not police officers. They haven't been trained to be police officers. They haven't been trained to do anything to protect the world, anything along those lines. So we have to be more conscious of what's going on around us. So there is that. We do have a Senate switchboard that we can call. I got this from Kerry Washington, one of my faves. It's a 202 224 3121. 202 224 3121. Every What to Do Wednesday, I'm going to give you the Senate line switchboard number. Your Senate, you ask to speak to your state Senate representative. Y'all should know who y'all's is, Kim, and let them know we are not backing ICE anymore. We are not funding ICE for the genocide that they are committing in our city streets and towns. That's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I'll repeat that number. It's 202 224 3121. There's also petitions going on online. So please sign a petition, make the phone call, do something, okay, to help, please. Um, I don't. PennDOT dropped the ball. I don't know who's in charge of that whole ball game, but I need somebody to stand accountable for it. Seriously, maybe a couple people, but we got to stop blaming the mayor for everything that does not go right in this city. Because the mayor is not the one driving the trucks. The mayor's just in charge of these people. Now, whether they're doing what they're supposed to be doing or listening, we don't know. Also, tonight I went to Justin Douglas's town hall in regards to him running for Congress. Justin Douglas and Representative Dave Madison will be on What to Do Wednesday on February 11th. So look for that one. On February 4th, coming up next week, I have the family of Al Horton that was shot and killed by Harrisburg police. Anniversary is 20 years, and we're going to shine a light on that. There's a lot that I got coming down on the pipeline for us in February. I just wanted to sit down and talk about how long it took me 30 something minutes to get home to talk to y'all. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow we're going to talk about the events and everything that's going on. But I just had to do a quick live to let y'all know where I was at with it and what was going on and coming up here in the future. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be live about 6 o'clock. All right. So be on the lookout because I got information and events for y'all. Pretty quiet this weekend. Anything that's going on outside of R&B Sunday, get me your flyers so I can talk about it tomorrow on my live. Again, today's live was only to talk about Justin Douglas and his town hall and what he's running for Congress against Scott Perry, whom we have to move. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He must be removed, folks. And we don't vote, but we want change. We'll talk about that at another date. But I will talk to everybody tomorrow. Okay. See everybody at 6 o'clock. All right. All right.